Alright, we're back with another incredibly high level pre-made. Same Zergs from the last team are picked, Starduck and Million. It looks like they may be thinking about going Starduck Hunter and Million on Defender again. Kind of like to see them swap, as I said in the previous one, Million is more of a Hunter playstyle, whereas Starduck I believe is more experienced with Defender. And they go into it with a Prophet and a Delta Squad and a Shirk. Okay, so they do have quite a variety on the supports when it comes to their roles. If they do see another Thackrus being picked, they can bully them again. It actually looks like we're seeing a sneaky swap over from the Zergs here. It looks like Starduck has hopped on the Defender and Million has hopped on the Zerg. I do like to see it. Might be Neadra Kerrigan. Very different playstyle than the last one we saw with Thackrus and Glevig. Alright, so Kerrigan coming out with the dash scan. Neadra coming out with the scan. Let's look from their point of view. Doesn't look like they hit anything with the scans. They'll be busy setting up their patrols though. Bit of eco spread out. There's not too much farming around mid actually. I guess there's a little bit, but it looks like maybe more of a, I wouldn't say passive composition, but not as aggressive as the last one, at least in the early game. So one getting jumped on. He's actually down when it comes to grapple, but he will be able to get out no problem. He loses his early outpost, which is a bit rough. I feel, at least when I play Swan, not the most experienced Swan, but I do like to delay it a bit to see where the Kerrigan goes first before I build an outpost. Get a few more +2s out. He goes up to this, again, much like last time, finding that Nexus really early on. Doesn't achieve much though, but we do see... Oh, actually, no, this time the Mothership Core did come out. So what have we got going on down here? Creep's looking real low 3 minutes in actually. I think Starduck, the Defender, has been focusing a lot on patrols. There's like creep tumors that haven't even spread on the left side so far. So a bit slow on the creep spread, which is not what you want to see. Bit of defense coming down from the Stukov on the supporting the allies' ecos. That is quite nice. See a lot of those patrols, but where is the hunter off to? That's what I want to see. Hatcheries come out. Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Is there anything topside at all? Actually, no. No, it's completely dark topside. Everything is bot side, funnily enough, eco-wise. A little bit here. This is close to topside. They might head to that. But Zerg do not have the luxury of recalling at the moment. And they're probably not going to walk across creep. So we're probably going to see a standard rotation, clockwise or anti-clockwise. In this case, clockwise. And it is going to... Well, they are going to actually head to the eco. I was going to say they might be heading up to top right, not find anything for a while. They do head to the eco. They actually find the engineer. Shouldn't be a kill. There's just not enough ling saturation on the top right side of the map. Otherwise, they're probably micro-lings more and try and go for a kill there. But it just gives them a bit of a mini heart attack. Maybe takes them out of the game early in real life. And that way they don't have to deal with the engineer. But it looks like this guy is still going strong. His heart pumping. He is making those Widow Mines, still microing his units and his eco. These guys... clearing up some of the patrols down here with the Stukov and the Marines. This guy making some outpost Schlurk, heading upwards. Tannis sitting on top of eco. Where's the Mothership? Mothership's on the other side of the map. I guess he doesn't really want to make eco while Kerrigan's still topside. Kerrigan will be heading down soon though. Actually, 5 minutes 30. Still no level 2. Much slower start than usual. Usually there's a lot more going on for both sides, both teams at this point. It's actually a very, very slow start for both teams. Nice. Because of that slow start, however, it's giving the Zerg a lot of time to set up patrols, part check things. Doing a pretty good job at that. I wonder if he goes back up here and realizes it's rebuilt. Looks like he might be heading over here. He does see... Yeah, it's... surely it goes through. Yeah, it is commanded to go through that entire eco. He's going to have to full salvage that. Looks like this guy does manage to sneak the eco back out just after it was cleared or made to salvage, back behind the Kerrigan's rotation. Kerrigan level 2 now, so recall should be coming out. That opens a lot of the map that they can easily access with their hero. Big eco down here, honestly. If it doesn't get cleared out anytime soon, it could be a pretty scary position for the Kerrigan. It's not a Thackrus or anything. It's not as easily chaseable as a Thackrus, but Kerrigan's still very much followable by a Schlurk. Schlurk could sit on top of Kerrigan and keep down their unit count, keep poking them. No way. Oh my god, that was so close. I was worried Engineer was going to lose a starport this early on. I think actually the Stukov may have saved it with a infested down there. Maybe just buying it just enough health to get out in time for the engineer reaction. Might lose a factory here though. Bit unfortunate. Maybe lost second. No. Okay, lost the factory, but the starport's the main thing to get out here. See, very close to eco, close to mid eco here. They did have to salvage this one in the end. Great ling control from the Zergs, no doubt. Or certainly the case looking at the minimap actually, very unable to keep eco in one place at any given time for too long, other than bot left. Bot left has both of these ecos, I believe, have been untouched. This should get found. Yeah, we see the ling ball getting controlled up there. Where's the Kerrigan heading off to? Now, these two ecos unfound, but what? But Kerrigan's heading to there soon. Apparently, Sukov heading somewhere too, to the grave apparently. What's this guy doing? He is over here making his little Hydra dens standard. Kerrigan's not nearby. I don't think Neadra's nearby. No, Neadra's not nearby. He just... dude, I don't want to see someone else dying to fucking lings early on in a stack pre-made. Oh my god, I mean, he's low, but he's looking at his hero. He shouldn't die here. He just dies to lings, dude. So, who's that? Who's the defender? The one that controlled that? Was the hunter or the defender? It was the defender. Well played to Starduck, microing the lings to hit the Stukov there, and he just sits there and takes it and dies. Unbelievable, dude. We all make mistakes, but some of us bigger mistakes than others, it seems. That's rough to see. It's really disappointing to see. This eco will get cleared. Not cleared, sorry, made to salvage. Actually, he dodges it for now. No way he dodges it forever, though. It will get picked up. It's like pissing him off a bit, but there we go. Salvage starting to come out, but he realized he can maybe it won't get found. It does, though. It absolutely does. He gets everything out. Wonder if the swarm will be forced to salvage too. Maybe even a ling running into it. It's not, though. Are these controlled? They are patrolled, so somewhat controlled, but I don't think they quite see that. It's not patrolled into the eco. This engineer making some diamondbacks to help clear some of the patrols. Unfortunately, it might get picked up by a ling ball here. Yeah, kind of getting harassed a bit, but he's going to start trying to clear some patrols. Swan eco does get found. Kerrigan recall comes out. They're going to hit top left. Everything is top left, basically. I hate to see these positions in games, or these situations in games where it's just like so many of the survivor ecos are in one spot. They're here. We've got two heroes up here, two ecos up here. We see the starports flying over here. It's like, we need to spread out. It's kind of rough as well. Both of these Zergs are very good players, and they're doing very well at lane control and patrolling the map. So I was like, when somewhere on an area, if a map like this does get cleared out enough to not have patrols on it, it's like everyone wants the eco there, but you do need to spread out. Otherwise this happens. Kerrigan comes here, shuts down so much time for the survivors. Whereas if it was just one survivor eco, you know, not so bad. One person getting set behind a bit to have to rebuild, but now they've got like 3 people with downtime, not doing anything, trying to rebuild eco, trying to get back stabilized. It's rough to see. This eco going back up, a bit of Swan sneaking in there too. Again, 2 ecos in one spot. This one a bit less egregious, because at least Swan will be able to put pressure on the map elsewhere while he builds eco there. Oh, this fungal? Ooh. Bro, tell me you've never seen anybody fungal like that. I know I haven't. My fungals are fucking perfect. I've never done anything like that. That was sickening. Sickening. From a GM player nonetheless. No, those guys are supposed to be good at fungals. Fortunately though, it does miss. Fortunately for the engineer, so he gets out. That was not good. This Artanis eco kind of sneaking up. The creep's getting pretty big. Pretty big. It's nothing too crazy, but it's very dense as well. It's not like we see any straggly little strands of creep barely reaching the edge of the map. No, it is a fat fucking circular creep just slowly moving. Not even slowly, quite fast, quite rapidly moving out. Survivors are going to have to push at some point. We see the Kerrigan is about to absolutely find an eco. This guy's not going to let this eco go down. Or stay up, rather. It is going to go down. Hopefully we see... I mean, yeah, this salvages. They actually see it with the level 1 radar tower. And it's just, yeah. Starports get left. No chance of anything dying there, other than the profit tick. How are these guys going? So what does Delta Squad have? Just Phantom and Lib. Might be thinking about Gorgon, Archangel. I mean, not really. He wants to eco up a bit more. There's not much he can achieve with Gorgon or Archangel other than defending eco, which is a great option. But I don't know if it's one they're going to pick, unfortunately. They are just defending with the Liberator, which I like at least. I mean, imagine playing 750 minerals, 5 gas to make sure the Zerg have to send a hero to an eco. It's a pretty good deal, but, you know, people get greedy. People get greedy. I feel like it is a good option, though. Not much to really defend, though. Like, I guess this eco could be defended. We've got the sentries out to do it. This eco could be defended, but a lot of eco is just not fully established. There's actually very little eco going on. Fortunately, creep isn't on the high ground here because this eco would be going down as well. Nerdra might walk up to it. We actually see spine crawlers coming out from the defender. You don't often see people bother with spine crawlers when they're not behind. Zerg very much ahead at this point, but they're really just cutting off any potential for something like an engineer to slip through here. Or, I mean, Artanis can run through, no problem, but an engineer and a Schlick, they get very annoyed by those spine crawlers. They can't just run through. Defender walking off creep to make sure this gets salvaged. Not going to get a kill on any eco, but the salvage is important. And then they do their job, recall back, defend any small push coming in. Of course, as the defenders saw near drive creep, tried to take advantage of that, tried to take advantage of the opportunity, do a little bit of creep push, but, you know, it wasn't that far off creep. Just make the salvage and insta-TP back. I mean, we're looking at creep cutting off so much of the map, both in terms of being able to traverse the map and also places to eco. Like, the Kerrigan is doing a good job walking from eco to eco, unit production, shutting down everything survivors have. The lane control from the defender and the hunter, controlling so much of the map, shutting down so much, and now creep, denying so much of it as well. I don't know. Like, we need to see some big lane push, big creep push here. Or like some miracle large eco getting unfound. Like if this were all golden assimilators maybe, then maybe they'd be able to crawl their way back or claw their way back into a game. But so far, if things keep up the way they're keeping up, survivors are gonna get fucking choked out of this game real fast. Another sickening fungal. Someone like me who is incredible at fungals hates to see it. You hate to see people who are not quite as good at you with those skill shots. But he does miss again, and unfortunately a Predator is going to not get out, but he's going to spend so much more time on clearing it than he needs to, hoping that a Kaczynski or a Swan's in there. It is not. And good call by the Swan to keep it running. They don't just throw it away for nothing. They keep it running knowing that the Kerrigan will have to spend a lot of their time following it, hoping that a Kaczynski or Swan hero is in there. I mean, they are just pretty much slowing down the Kerrigan here. Not really achieving too much. I mean, I guess a bit of gas and XP feed for the Prophet and the Artanis. Do we have Blink? We don't have Blink, so he does actually probably lose all Stalkers here. If not just most of them. Yeah, just most of them. But, I mean, they're slowing down the Kerrigan. Kerrigan doesn't really care, though. Like, recall's almost up. He's holding 4 skill points. They're level 5. They are... I mean, it's 17 minutes in, almost 18 minutes in. That's not uncommon, I suppose, this eco getting cleared. But it feels like the game is so much... it feels like it hasn't gone on that long. This is also rough, this tech getting found. It feels like it hasn't gone on that long because it's just nothing on the map for survivors. But we saw this last game as well. It looked like survivors had nothing on the map with the same Zergs, and then they managed to establish map control and then managed to overwhelm Zerg with mass pushes. But this game, we're not seeing the mass pushes by this point. It's still open for possibility. I really don't know if they have the eco for it, though. Especially if this gets caught out. Oh my god, it does stay up. Okay, that's big. No, his fucking GM sensors were tingling. He does realize, you know what? I bet there's an eco over here. Finds it. Doesn't clear it, but makes it salvage. Doesn't even get one structure. Makes it salvage. That's all you can really expect at this point, and it's all that's necessary. They don't need to do anything desperate. However, here, they will get some eco kills, and the Artanis, busy trying to re-establish the eco that he just salvaged, actually loses everything here, except 2 assimilators. Nerdra feeling generous. Let's it live. Not that it's going to do much for the Artanis. It's rough to have to salvage 1 eco and then lose a lot of another, and then spend time trying to remake some. That's going to slow him down a lot, which was a shame because he was going to be a big pusher this game. This is also a shame. Slender's losing a fuck ton of eco here. Did he not have vision of what was going on over here? Did he just not know? I got this one Diamondback with the Observer desperately trying to cut off bot creep, but this is some fat fucking creep with the Spore Crawlers nonetheless, or Spine Crawlers rather. That's not getting pushed. Engineer actually getting pushed into a corner though. Slender's too. Slender's does have Nexus on the map to recall to. The Engineer doesn't have that luxury, sadly. They might die here if Kerrigan happens to find them. They could run to the right, but look at the Ling saturation on the minimap. There are a lot of Lings on the right side of the map. With good unit control, which you would expect from players this skilled, it's going to go poorly for him. Do we see another fungal miss? No. He's ashamed. He doesn't even want to throw it anymore. and he also probably knows that he doesn't need to. He can just clear this with Lings. If he controls it well, he knows where it is. Just control some Lings up here. Yep, perfect. Get them on patrol. Scans coming out from the survivors, knowing they need to save this guy. Scans coming out from everyone, but Ling just fucking... He slid by that Ling. He just gotta... I don't think he's alive for long, but he can buy time, which is big. This engineer has to die. Can we see a storm? Storm. Scans on cooldown. Scans on cooldown for both. Oh, nah. He got revealed there. Dash. Yep. Oh, that's unfortunate. He almost actually managed to hide for a second. If he managed to hide up here, and managed to slip the Kerrigan, I would have been so sad. Or happy, I guess, because the survivors are still very behind. I mean, they've had some time to set up some eco. They have re-established a lot of eco, actually. Swan doing a good job. Let's look from the survivor point of view. Doing a good job at pretty much securing the top side of the map, but they have nothing bot side. This goes down, and that's pretty much the last of what they had. They could maybe spawn some stuff in from the Slenders, and that's about it. Delta Squad Eco. So they've still got some threat on the bot side of the map. But with that Schlerk Eco going down, it's like for now, the Hunter can pretty much full focus topside, but he does find this Eco, bro. This guy's a map hacker. How does he do it? He just knows where it all is. Forces the salvage. I think he may have even got all of it from the... he may have cleared all of it, killed all of it, almost killing the Prophet too. So Prophet has to be real careful now. And he should be behind an eco because the rest of the survivors are. So his eco, his upgrades are looking rough. He could get 2 armor, he probably should. Maybe saving for 3 attack, but I mean, Kerrigan's level 7 with the Hydras out 23 minutes in. They should be minimum 2 attack. Let's take a look at their upgrades. Yeah, 222. How are they doing up here? Where's the Neardra? She may be sneaking off a creep somewhere. No, she's just defending with roaches as well. Going to be very easy for them. Let's take a look at the Zerg point of view. They find the Artanis Eco. I feel like they've held back creep at least. Creep hasn't traveled too much further out, but there's just so much of it. There's so much of it 24 minutes in. It's just too hard to push at this point, I feel. They could push with Artanis. Artanis has some eco, but he needs to... Like, he doesn't have unit vision, so he needs to push with his hero. So he can only really effectively push creep in one place at a time. Does squad eco simply getting salvaged. Slenders needs to do a lot of the push in, because they do have the Stalkers with the vision that could maybe do a lot of this. And they don't have bad eco, actually. I wonder what Swan's going to go for. I don't think he has the luxury of just massing a bunch of devastated turrets at this point. He might need to go for something like more reinforced laser drill turrets at this point. Laser drill outposts and flame turrets, and can maybe secure some areas of the map along the bot side. Looks like maybe he's trying to do that. No, he is just going to the devastated turrets still, but he is making a lot more of them. They are really cheap, but I feel like he just needs to do more. He's probably getting very greedy with eco, which I guess that's a possible win condition too. If he can get away with enough eco, maybe he can make a base. Kerrigan Neardra absolutely is something you can realistically base against. Although Neardra is going to be rough when creep is this far out. Schlerk just bullying the Hunter. Oh, shield coming out too. This guy shouldn't die. I was going to say he's not going to die, but we've seen the people achieve it. We're going to see it again, are we, dude? I can't. No, okay, here's blank. Okay, thank fucking God. Gorgon here too, actually. This is I wouldn't call it a mini base. It's a base that just happens to be mini. We see the Gorgon out potentially able to do some damage. I mean, Zerg are down to 78k, but it is at a point where the Zerg should probably be looking at 3 attacks soon. They have 2 range still, maybe 3 melee. No. What are their resources looking like? They're holding 300 gas, 200 gas. No, they are just going real. Look at their income. Look at this dude's income. The Hunter's on plus 50 per second, bro. They are not able to base this. Oh, and the Andrew walking here too. She doesn't give a fuck. She's got the Storm out. Level 4 Storm. Hunter's like headed off. He's like, you know what? Starduck, you handle this. You handle my dirty work. You just clear the base solo. Fuck it. Why not? Level 9 Andrew just walking through these guys. Storming as he goes. The Hunter deciding, you know what? I want a bit of fun too. He also has level 3 Storm. He could get level 4. Like double level 4 Storm. The survivors do not get to have units. They need Swan to be able to buffer for the supports pretty much, and then a little bit of bulk from the rest of the survivors. Okay, we see laser drills coming out. A lot of them at that. Rock walls as well. This could actually be something if it's given time to establish. We see it is scan though. I don't think the the Hunter or Defender are really going to leave this too much, other than the Defender maybe going back to defend, but they're still given the luxury of staying up here. Their teleport is on cooldown actually, level 1 teleport as well. If a big push comes out, Slenders dies. Yeah, I mean, if a big push comes out, the Needra can't get back in time to defend it, but it's like they have so much creep, so much eco that they're gonna need like 5 minutes to really put a dent in anything that the Zerg have, even with a big push. Yeah, at this point, the Zerg just running through these guys. I mean, support's been annoying, yeah. They do happen to see where we see the survivors ping it, because the Schlurk blink damage followed the Hunter's recall as he recalls onto the top side of the map. Might find the Artanis eco. This is a little bit has been pushed out onto the bot left side of the map, which is nice. A little bit on the bot right as well. The Swan's doing a good job at kind of splitting up the power on the map that the survivors have. But when he's the only one really doing it, other than a little bit of Delta Squad eco, it's not really something that he can solo do. He's pretty much just taking attention away from the Zerg by making them send some units. He's not realistically going to be able to hold much of this when they do send the units. Schlurk getting low actually. Schlurk blink to the low ground smart, because he knows if he gets mana drained and dashed on again, it's over for him. He's going to have to fuck off and heal up a little bit. Kerrigan run through this. I mean, they are down to 51k. Can a Gorgon, a Prophet, and a Schlurk do 50k? Absolutely. How likely is it they can do it before everyone dies? Honestly, not crazy unlikely, but it's not super likely. The shield on the Schlurk will be big. Honestly, we see the Artanis use a damage aura there, but it's like not giving damage to anything other than 3 Stalkers. Bad call. I was going to say I'd love to see the damage aura coming out for the supports, but it was used a little prematurely. See the Archangel drop down. I mean, but this is just a bunch of rock walls and scary supports here. This is not really something the Zerg can comfortably walk into, is what I would think. Neadra thinks otherwise. She's just fucking wandering up, sauntering up, no problem. Apparently Kerrigan thinks so too, because he just picks up a Phantom without much contest. Laser drills on the Neadra does 2k damage there. That is chipping them down. Oh, and on the Kerrigan too, another 1k. Yeah, Neadra heads back. I feel like they should be dancing around the edge of creep. They should know that this isn't much of a threat other than the support single target damage. Actually, Schlurk up here getting caught a bit. No energy, but this class's energy regen is nuts, so could probably walk out. Prophet can harass the Kerrigan, cannot harass Neadra. Needs to go for the Kerrigan. He doesn't have Vortex either, so it's not even very easy to harass Kerrigan without nice cliff levels to stay on the edge of. Schlurk manages to slip away. Where's the Gorgon? Gorgon very slow, so maybe if Kerrigan spends some time she could kill it, but it would mean letting the Gorgon hit her back, which means damage. These guys are down to 39k now, and still the only win condition of the survivors is pretty much the supports doing the damage. So if they can recognize that, the Zerg that is, they just need to stay away from the supports. Now this is a big eco to not just make salvage, but actually clear out a lot of. So this should really put some confidence in the Zerg and make them realize, you know what, we can play it slow. As long as we don't let the supports get their damage off, we don't need to headbutt them. We don't need to headbutt them to try and deny the builders from being able to build up. Archangel just fucking tanking that Neadra, not well either. It doesn't go well for him. He clears out some legs, but I feel like that's not what you need at this point in the game. He must have been looking elsewhere. We see that the Hunter is looking to just clear the rest of the map, while the Defender kind of fucks around with the supports. Prophet trying to get in some damage, so Neadra does mass spam anti-air. Gorgon's over here too. He could also get in damage. Schlurk and Artanis both running. They're going to run into creep. So the Artanis recalls, ditches the Schlurk, leaves her to her own. The survivors do have scans available, so they could maybe get the Schlurk out, but he's going to run right into Neadra. That's a lot of damage coming out. We see Lings down here. See Brooders up here. Lings to the left. This guy's surrounded. He has to go downwards. Downwards is the only place where there isn't mass units, but there also aren't teammates. So he is eventually going to get pinned between two corridors of creep that have been put out here. He has to try and slip back up top right, I feel. If he goes down to the left, it's safer for now, but eventually he will just get cornered. He does go up to the top right. Oh my god, he's going to make it too. I sent the Brooders too far down. He just... oh my god, blinks on cooldown though, which gives them time. to put... Oh, yeah, it gives them time to put the Brooders up, but it's not fast enough. And the Gorgon coming in to save him as well. Hunter's still slowly clearing out everything that is the Swans, pretty much. All of his real estate going down to nothing. It's pretty much stuck in this top mid corner of the map now. Whereas the Gorgon and the Schlurk are gonna slowly, or not so slowly, Gorgon definitely slowly, Schlurk not so much, make their way top mid and try and make a final stand probably with the defenders, or with the builders rather, to try and do damage if the Kerrigan walks up, if the Neadra walks up. Where's the Schlurk? They are here now, Gorgon fucking waddling over. This guy is slow as fuck. He's stopped for a break or something, tied him out a little bit, traveling at a solid 2.3 move speed. See Somps coming out as well. Not terrible versus the Zerg, the Survivor team actually. Gonna be pretty hard for them to clear without mass Reavers or without the supports such as Gorgon hitting the Somps, which means they aren't hitting the Zerg heroes, which they need to. Zerg heroes down to 37k. I mean, looks clear and stuff. They kind of need to be hitting Hunter. What level is Kinetic Blast actually? That will be big to know. Level 4, yeah, this guy's doing some 1100 per Kinetic Blast every like 3 seconds, as long as he has energy. Neadra waddles up. She has to get back onto creep though. I mean, energy drain's kind of big. They are blocked here, so they have to use up one of their blinks on getting past the warp gates. I think they were like 48 energy at the end. That's really unfortunate because they almost had enough to blink. However, Kerrigan did have time to wrap around that right side and kind of cut them off anyway. I think it was just a bit greedy to use those kinetic blasts instead of trying to blink out at there immediately. But Schlurk going down is a huge deal because this game is looking dire when it comes to the survivors' win chances, but it's still very possible. But with Schlurk down, it's even more unlikely now that they can do that last 30k. Gorgon is just tanking. Brutalisk vomit after Brutalisk vomit. It's like these things do no damage to the guy. What are you going to do? Send Neadra up to kill him? Sure, but you're going to take the damage if you want to do it. Like, look at this. Within seconds, 4k damage done. And thankfully they walked out fairly fast, because if they didn't, they were in trouble. We see the Swans actually trying to re-establish down here, and if you were looking at the mini-map, the Hunter did have their camera panned over it. They were seeing the Swan building. They know this guy is down here, and they know that's probably his hero that they just scanned. Swan may be going down here. It's only one hero, Kaczynski. I don't know if... Yeah, they do have the other hero around somewhere. Swan is on the right side of the map, but Kaczynski should die here. Should die here. Fungal this time hits. This guy is sick of missing. He decides, fuck it, that's a did. Oh, did Kaczynski should be? I mean, nice fucking walls by the Kaczynski. This guy is buying time. He's gonna get Predator out, chrono wet, speed boost it, big speed from the Predator, and it's invisible, so it might be hard to follow. Kerrigan does catch a glimpse of it on the edge of vision. We'll be able to just run it down. There's no way Kaczynski lives this. I mean, it's very nice how much time he's buying, but it's not going to be enough. Kerrigan kind of getting blocked around their own buildings and their own cliffs, but I mean, Lings and Storm going to finish it off. Meanwhile, survivors, whilst that was happening, whilst the Swan was buying time, nothing really happened for the survivors. Zerg is still stuck on 28k health. I mean, the big boy's still alive, the Gorgon's still alive. The Artanis could buy time, Prophet dies. Prophet dies, that's huge. He must have died to Brooders or something. Prophet dying there was another win condition. Or Prophet not dying, rather, was a win condition. Being able to do a lot of chip damage, potentially. Gorgon still out. Gorgon is all they have left. Artanis can do a bit, but really he's probably not going to do more than 5k damage total by the end of the game. At this point anyway. It's just, you don't have the damage for it. Wait, they're not microing anything? I mean, they're just 1v1ing the Kerrigan. Yeah, I think they've given up. Okay, Artanis dies. They shouldn't have given up, though. They honestly could have maybe pulled out a miracle. And, you know, it's worth it. It's worth a try, I feel. I could see how you'd be demoralized by this point, though. I almost felt... for a second, I thought, like, people disconnected or something. No one was controlling their heroes or anything. But no, they were just going for the fucking 1v1. With the Artanis and Kerrigan, I feel like that is a much more likely 1v1 to be accepted by the Zerg than maybe Glevik versus Neadra. Sorry, Gorgon versus Neadra. because Gorgon might actually win that. They're probably asking in chat, you 1v1 the Artanis, how about 1v1ing the Gorgon pussy? But that will not be a challenge that's accepted. At least I doubt it. If they do, then Survivors probably win. Where is the Swan, actually? Where is this Swan hiding at? We see... Where is he? He's scanned. He's up mid. Yeah, he was in the Predator. Okay, well, he is in danger then because he does jump back in with the high-speed Predator, the Chronoid Predator. And he's dancing around a bit. He might get scanned again, but he is invisible for now. He will lose that invisibility as soon as his turrets go down. These are his last turrets on the map. He's trying to build up in front of the Brooders. He gets in melee range almost. If they had controlled that, it would have been bad. Where's the Gorgon? Gorgon's fucked off mid. That is not the play. Like, at this point, you are not clearing enough eco. He is gonna 1v1 the Edra, but it's without his attack speed on cooldown. He used it to clear the hive. Actually, he's getting pushed away by the Edra while the Kerrigan is fucking around with the Swan. Liberator just BM sieged up in front of him doing nothing, but that is the end. At that point, the Survivors have quit. Well played to the Zerg. They managed to pull it around the second time.